Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 60 seconds. Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 30 seconds. Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 10 seconds.
When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lange. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
Okay, good morning and welcome to Ask the Doctor. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Lange of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins, here each and every Saturday morning live to answer any and all questions you may have regarding your vision, eye care, or a nutritionally related topic. Remember, I'm not only a board-certified optometric physician, I'm also a certified nutritional specialist. I founded the Lange Eye Care and Associates and the Lange Eye Institute, back in March of 1993. Started hosting Ask the Doctor in April of 1993. So you can pick up this radio show all over the world. You can pick it up on a variety of networks throughout the great country. We can pick it up on just about any social media. I've got a platform in front of me seeing everybody watching on social medias right now. So we're on LinkedIn, we're on Pinterest, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, Amazon. We're all over the place. So YouTube. Remember, you can always check out this radio show if you go to my YouTube channel. That's simply Ocular Health Channel on YouTube, or Dr. Michael Lange on YouTube. And any podcast, just go to Ask the Doctor, Dr. Michael Lange podcast. They're all over the place. Also, you can certainly follow me at my website, drmichaellange.com, drmichaellange.com. That also links you up to my racing websites, which is Dr. Michael Lange Racing. So all of you that have been listening for many years, you know I'm involved in GT racing. So I race all over the South mostly and all over the country, running Dodge Vipers right now. All right, phone lines are open. If you've got a question, remember, no matter how simple or complicated it is, the phone number, toll-free, is 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. Also, there is a section, Ask the Doctor, on the website at drmichaellange.com. If you want to learn a little bit more about the nutritional research I'm involved in, I do research and development of food products, of diets, supplements. Go to fortify.com. That's Fortifeye. Remember, I'm an eye doctor at heart, so that's a play on words. Fortify.com. That's Fortifeye. And the phone number for Fortify Vitamins, I'm going to give it to you twice. Write this number down. You can call toll-free anywhere Monday through Friday. I'm not a slave driver, so I do give my employees off on the weekends. It's 866-503-9746. One more time, 866-503-9746. Anything I talk about, you can usually find out more if you just call and talk to Danny or Doc Hall, who's a PhD in clinical nutrition at the Fortify headquarters. And Matt or Miss Nita, any of the gang at Fortify can help you out, or certainly you can get in touch with me via the internet. Just go to any of the Ask the Doctor sections on the websites, and it comes directly to my email. Also, I want to take this opportunity to welcome a new station to Ask the Doctor, and that's WLAC, Nashville, Tennessee. That's a mega station. We're real excited about coming in loud and clear in Nashville. That's 98.3 FM and 1510 AM, Nashville, Tennessee. Welcome to Ask the Doctor. I've got a good friend, a great doctor in Nashville, an eye doctor that also carries our products, Fortify line. That's Dr. Walter Choate Eye Care. So go on by there, tell him you heard me mention him on Ask the Doctor. All right, we're going to talk a lot about anti-aging today. We're going to talk about ways to boost your immune system during this crazy time, this unprecedented time that we're all going through in America. What can we do to boost our immune system to be strong, all right, and ultimately reduce the chances of us getting ill, sick. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about dry eye, a natural approach to dry eye. Before we go to the next caller, we're going to briefly touch base on this. So many of you listening right now are plagued with eyes that feel sandy, gritty, burn, tear, itch, fluctuation in vision, all right? You can't wear your contact lenses for a long period of time. This could be what we call keratoconjunctivitis sicca, big word to mean dry eye syndrome. And a natural approach is we clean the lids. Your eyelids, believe it or not, harbor a lot of bacteria. A lot of pathogens can hang out on eyelashes. They crawl into the meibomian glands, clog these glands, and create a dry eye scenario. So we clean the lids. We heat the lids. A hot compress will open these meibomian glands up. So you clean them before you go to bed. You can use baby shampoo, or you can buy something like OcuSoft or Oasis Lids and Lashes. All of these are on our website at fortify.com. So we clean them, we heat them, then we lubricate the eyes. The best lubricant, you just don't have to worry about it. I've already done the research for you. There's 2 lubricants I like, Oasis Tears Plus or Fresh Coat. Both of those are available on our website at fortify.com. You can get them through your eye doctors, and some Fresh Coat you can buy over the counter. It used to be a prescription. These 2 lubricants are better than anything over the counter. They last 2 to 3 times longer, and they really do work. They have some mild anti-inflammatory properties that help alleviate many of the dry eye symptoms. So once again, we heat them, we clean them, we lubricate them, and then we nutrify them. Nutrification is crucial. The proper nutrients. The big one is omega-3 fish oil. The majority of fish oil you buy over the counter is ethyl ester. It has ethanol in it that passes through your liver every day. You don't want that. A way you can check that is actually squeeze the contents of your fish oil that you buy over the counter into a styrofoam cup and watch what happens. If it rots a hole through that cup in 10 minutes, it's got ethanol in it. Think twice about putting it in your system. I developed one called Fortify Super Omega and Super Omega Max. That is the most potent triglyceride molecule in the United States currently right now that I know of. And it really does help with dry eye. It helps lower inflammation in the entire body. The cytokine storm that you've heard about, it helps to decrease that problem that causes dry eye. And then there's a couple of other supplements I like to add to the dry eye cocktail. You always try the fish oil first. And then you add something called Fortify Focus, which is lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin. And the final phase, the third prong of dry eye nutritional treatment, is black currant seed oil that has at least 140 milligrams of something called GLA. Anyway, I put all of that together. I've researched this for years on thousands and thousands of patients. And if I'm holding up a box in front of you right now online, and it's called Fortify Advanced Dry Eye Therapy. It takes Fortify Super Omega, Fortify Focus, and black currant seed oil, puts it in one box. It works from a nutritional standpoint. So remember, the 4-pronged approach for a natural approach for dry eye: heat them, clean them, lubricate, and nutrify them. Then there's some other things we'll talk about down the pike that we can do if you're still not getting relief from dry eyes. All right, we're going to give the phone lines one more time, and then we're going to take some calls. 1-877-969-8600. You're listening to Ask the Doctor. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Lange of the Lange Eye Institute here in the Villages, Florida. And we're broadcasting from Tampa Bay Studios at Salem Communication right here in the beautiful Tampa Bay area. All right, let's go to the phones. Bob, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Dr. Lange. I trust your bride had a memorable 25th birthday.
That she did, and I hope she's listening because she likes that 25.
That's always a magic number.
You got to double that, probably.
Well, no. You might do that, but I can't do that. You can't do that. All right. Dr. Lang, I had high hopes of being able to share something with you today.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, my blood work has been hung up in the pandemic overflow, I think. So I don't have my results yet. And I wanted to share that with you this morning, but Lord willing, maybe next week.
All right.
As a result of your lead-in and your omega-3 entourage there, I would like to add just one little blip to your comment about putting the omega-3 in a styrofoam cup.
Mm-hmm.
When I first became introduced to you and your omega-3 product, I did that test. But unfortunately, I put the cup on my kitchen countertop. I would suggest anybody listening out there put it in the sink, because when it runs through the bottom of that cup, it makes a whale of a mess.
It is a mess.
So just a little heads up out there if anybody's curious about their omega-3. Finally, this morning, Dr. Lang, I'm still dealing, of course, with my wife's problems, and that is I'm going to home in this morning on mitochondria. She has a sundry of things that go on here, but her most constant complaint is that she runs out of gas. You know, she can't hardly walk past noon anymore, and I'm still thinking in my heart here that we may be able to do something to offset some of this weakness. Do you think a boost in her mitochondria might help the situation?
You know, mitochondria are the organelle that produce ATP, or energy. And absolutely, if our energy levels start to low, you can become decreased. If we add some nutrients that can help support mitochondrial health, people can actually get a lot more energy. And I've done this with many of my patients that are quite elderly, okay, including my 92-year-old mom. And so just for people that are listening, there's a few things that really help support mitochondrial health. And one is called acetyl L-carnitine, one is called alpha-lipoic acid, one is called CoQ10. And then three big ones that we use in my new Fortify Fit. And this is why I put not only bodybuilders and pro athletes on Fortify Fit. This is our new sports nutrition supplement. But I'm putting it on all my geriatric patients now. And we're noticing that they're getting more energy and they're maintaining muscle. And actually, some of them are regaining some strength and building a little muscle at any age. So Fortify Fit, I took 10 of the latest sports nutrients and put them all into one. Nobody's done this before. And it acts as a pre-workout and a post-recovery powder. You shake it up in water. But the thing about the mitochondria now, this gives you really good energy prior to working out without having any caffeine, because most pre-workouts have, equivalent to 10 cups of caffeine, and that's not good. We don't want to put somebody in atrial fibrillation when they're working out at the gym and have them stroke out. So I wanted to develop something that a 10-year-old can take and a 92-year-old could take, like my mom. And there's three nutrients in the Fortify Fit that support mitochondrial production of ATP. That's adenosine triphosphate. That's energy. And that is D-ribose, astaxanthin, and creatine, all right? And creatine, all these help build muscle endurance as well. So I might have mentioned to this before, but I would put your wife on 2 scoops of Fortify Fit a day. So not that she's working out, but that's going to give her the therapeutic levels that she needs. So people that are working out at any age and want to build muscle and lose fat, they take 1 scoop before they work out and 1 scoop after they work out. For your wife, she could just take 1 with breakfast and take 1 midday, shake it up in water and drink it down. And Bob, you should be on it as well. So all of us at any age want to have better muscle synthesis, better endurance, and more strength, okay? So think about that using the Fortify Fit. And then remember, the acetyl L-carnitine, alpha-lipoic acid, and CoQ10 is in something like our Fortify Complete Multi-Eye Vitamin. And you very well may be on that already.
Yes, sir, I am, as is she now. Hallelujah.
Outstanding. Bob,
okay.
Thank you for the call, my friend.
And you, Dr. Lange, have a wonderful week, and Lord willing, we'll talk to you next week. And maybe, if I can get my blood work back, I'll have some interesting news for you next week.
I'll look forward to it, Bob. You take care.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
All right, you're listening to Ask the Doctor. If you got a question regarding your vision, your eyesight, or a nutritionally related topic, pick up the phones, give me a holler, 1-877-969-8600. Remember, anything I talk about in this program, you can learn more. You can see all the research that I've done. Under each supplement, I put all the clinical studies, all the research, all the science-based evidence why I use these nutrients. And that's at fortify.com, Fortifie. The Lange Institute is where I hail from. Lange Institute is, close to 30,000 square feet. We've got about 15 examination lanes in there. We take care of anything and everything from routine eye care, contact lenses, to retinal surgery upstairs with Dr. Michael Tolatino. He has space upstairs. Remember, the Lange Eye Care and Associates, I opened 13 locations in the state of Florida, and we took care of just about everything from cataract surgery to retinal surgery, to oculoplastics, to LASIK surgery. We did it all. And then 4 years ago, I was blessed to have a mega corporation make an offer I couldn't refuse. So I sold out everything except the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, because I love what I do, and I still want to see patients probably until I have one foot in the grave, which is in another 40 years. So if you'd like to see me as a patient, come to the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida. We got people that come from all over the country. And the phone number for the Lange Eye Institute is 352-753-4014. That's 352-753-4014. Or simply go to drmichaellang.com. That hooks you up with everything you ever needed to know. And you can check out all my social media that's going on, too. It's good to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, because I offer oftentimes, a 1-hour deal or a 4-hour deal or a 24-hour deal where I give certain, coupon codes that you can use that get dramatic discounts on paleo foods and on Fortify supplements and things like that. All right, we're going back to the phones. Let's see. Steve's been waiting patiently. Steve, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, sir. How was the day?
It's a beautiful day in the Bay Area, so I couldn't be asking for a better day.
It don't get much better than this, does it?
It really doesn't, If we could get rid of these unprecedented times, the crazy times, it'd get even better. But remember, keep that immune system strong, and we'll survive.
What's your prognostication as far as when this virus is going to be out of here and we'll get back to normal?
The day after the election?
Probably.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? You really have to take this seriously. I don't mean to mock it. Nobody knows. Who knows? We hope that it's gonna we're gonna start to develop herd immunity, or we're gonna have a vaccination or a treatment. There's some interesting things out there that we're not going to talk about on this radio show today because it's very political and has to do with a lot of money. But there's some people out there that have some really good treatments that are working quite well. But that's a whole nother show.
Yeah. You mentioned creatine before. I think that's what Mark McGwire was taking back in the 80s when he hit 75 home runs.
That, along with probably some anabolic steroids, but I shouldn't say that either. Creatine is very good product. Every pro athlete should be on creatine. And, it is not something that would be, they test for it, and it's totally safe. It's been studied for years and years and years, hundreds of studies. It doesn't have really any negative complications. And creatine, it's almost malpractice for a football player not to be on creatine, okay? Because it can reduce the chance of, brain injuries and concussions and injuries from concussions. So creatine helps protect the brain on impact. I take it, all car racers should be taking it, motocross racers, kickboxers, basketball players. Everybody should be taking it, probably 13, 14 years of age until grave. Creatine is a supplement everybody should take. And that's why I developed the Fortify Fit, because simply buying creatine alone is relatively expensive. And then when you add the other 10 nutrients in the Fortify Fit, I put collagen protein, the creatine, L-glutamine, D-ribose, betaine anhydrose, L-citrulline, cluster dextrin, velocitol, branched-chain amino acids, and astaxanthin. Simply the astaxanthin and the creatine would be $40 alone. All of these nutrients combined would be over $200, and you couldn't get two of them if you went to the local box store to buy it. We're retailing it for $45. Online, you can buy a Fit bundle right now. They end up being like $33, and you get a shaker with it too, I think. So, $33 isn't a whole lot for this supplement that actually not only can increase muscle, improve circulation, can lower inflammation. I call it an anti-aging beverage, and it's got two great flavors, strawberry, watermelon, and fruit punch, and it does work. We've got, all sorts of pro athletes all over the country now taking it, and great reviews.
Hey, at those prices, you're making them buy it.
Well, I'm not making a whole heck of a lot of money, but this is fun helping people. It really is. And, if the masses buy it, then certainly we will make some money. But the whole idea behind this, I sincerely enjoy helping people. And, people have been listening to me for almost 30 years. They know that, Same thing in my eye care practices. I want to do what's right for the patient. Certainly you got to make money to survive, but I don't ever want to be thought of as taking advantage of anybody.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. I haven't been seeing very well, and I went to see my retina guy ahead of schedule. I was scheduled next month, and I've been seeing kind of blurry and hazy and dark and distorted, and so I went to see the doctor, and they put me on the chart, and they said I read 20/40, which I can't hardly believe. Then he did his exam with a split light, and he said that the back of the eye looked good. There was no leakers. He could tell that I was taking care of the diabetes real well. I got a 5.9 A1C.
Good.
He says you look better than you did last time. He took the scan, the OCT scan. He says you look better than last time, but I can't see as well. What do you think's going on there? And he mentioned when he's always got a technician with him that he tells her to write stuff down, and he said there was a sheen in my eye. Have you ever heard of that?
A sheen? Yeah, absolutely. A sheen can be a variety of things. It can be a cellophane maculopathy, epiretinal membrane macular pucker. It can be scar tissue. Let me ask you, have you had your cataracts removed?
Yes.
Yep, okay. So as you well know, diabetic retinopathy is the most visually devastating disease in America right now for diabetics. And you've gotten your act together over the years. I mean, listening to this program, I've come to know you quite well. And you've done everything, proper diet, you lost the weight, your blood sugar's under good control. So you had a lot of damage done to your retina prior to, being on this anti-aging kick. And, some of that's never going to come back. And just age-related, you're going to have some changes as well. I mean, you could be developing some macular degeneration now on top of the diabetic retinopathy, which is quite common as we mature. So, from your retina standpoint, the retina specialist sounds like things are pretty stable. All you can do is you can continue doing what you're doing, proper diet, wearing your sunglasses, taking the supplements that you've been taking, follow up with your retina specialist per his or her instructions, a little prayer, ain't nothing wrong with that. All of this combined. And then, I hate to say this, but, and then you just got to let things go because there's not a lot you can do. You've done everything possible. You've got great doctors. Heck, you're listening to Ask the Doctor. You're doing everything. You're like the perfect patient. And then, you got to just let things go and see. You can't worry about it constantly because that will drive you crazy, as you know. All right.
Yes, it will.
And, a good low vision specialist, you got to probably see one of those one day. A low vision specialist will help you continue to maintain your independence. And oftentimes patients that have lost it, help them to regain their independence. So, and you got good hearing, right?
Pretty good.
Good. Because, it's a real drag if you lose your vision and you're deaf. So you always got to thank God for the things that are still working well.
I couldn't have got much of a better checkup from him. He was real happy about everything, and he says you look great. You look better than you did last time. I only want to see you for 6 months.
Good. That's good news, Steve. So take that, be happy, go out and smile, and have a great day today. And then we're going to stay in touch.
One more thing on the blood test I had here about a month or two back. Everything was in the normal range.
Right.
My triglyceride was at 52, and the cholesterol was at 180.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with a low number like 52, wouldn't the cholesterol shouldn't it be less than 180?
No, cholesterol at 180 is really not bad. I mean, I wouldn't worry about a 180 cholesterol at all, okay? Now, it also depends on your ratios of your HDL and your LDL and the fluffy and hard cholesterol types, So there's a lot more to that. You know, you have to look at your C-reactive protein, your homocysteine, your omega index. There's a lot of other things you have to look at. Don't worry about a 180 cholesterol, okay?
Okay. All righty.
All right.
All righty. Thank you, doctor. It's always a pleasure.
Take care, Steve. You hang in there, my friend.
Take care. Bye-bye. Take care.
All right. You're listening to Ask the Doctor. I'm your host. Give me a holler. And once again, I want to welcome the Nashville station to our show, WLAC. It's a power station in Nashville, Tennessee. That's 98.3 FM and 1510 AM in Nashville. If you got a question, give me a call, 1-877-969-8600. Consultation is free. It never replaces a comprehensive eye evaluation or a medical evaluation. This is for educational purposes only. If my attorneys are listening, they're very happy now. All right, we're going back to the phones. I think probably Ron in Beverly Hills. Ron, good morning. Thanks for holding. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there.
Okay. Oh, yeah. What I did, I purchased your Fortified Eye, and also I got your, I believe it was called Supermax, the cholesterol, the oil for your good for your cholesterol and all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
The Super Omega 3 Max.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. I did purchase that. Now, my question is, I was taking it, each day as it, tells you to take it, and my blood pressure, I went and got checked by the doctor. He said, your blood pressure's up. I said, well, I don't understand why. I haven't changed anything. I always take care of myself. My question is, can that elevate your blood pressure? Because I always carried a low blood pressure, and I stopped taking this stuff for now, and I figured, well, I'll give you a call and see what you had to say. Maybe it's some allergic reaction or something. I don't know. And my cholesterol, because I always carried a low blood pressure.
Right.
And then my blood pressure is back down again. And I was just curious, is there anything you think I could be allergic to something or just...
Well, you eat fish with no problems, right?
Correct. I eat all kind of seafood.
Right.
No
so
problems. I can't understand it.
That's probably just ironic. You could have had a little white coat hypertension because omega-3 fish oil, especially the Fortify Super Omega-3 Max, can actually help lower blood pressure. Fish oil has been shown to help lower blood pressure, okay? And then the Fortify shouldn't have anything in it that raises your blood pressure. So either A, you've got a new physician that is, 32 years old and looks like she should be on the cover of, Vogue, and that made you a little nervous. Or you're just getting white coat hypertension. A lot of people, when they go into the doctor, their blood pressure goes up. So what I would recommend, Ron, you probably have a blood pressure cuff at home. If not, you can go buy one at CVS. Just check your blood pressure a few times during the day, okay? While you're on the supplements. And I bet you anything, it's going to be normal. A lot of times I have patients that come in and see us. They have totally normal blood pressure, and their blood pressure is 180, 190 over 110 when they come and see me. And, most doctors say, well, you got to go to the emergency room. But then they go home and check their blood pressure, and it's, 125 over 75. So the mind is very powerful, and you can make that blood pressure jump way up. And lots of times when you go to the doctor, and right now, during this whole unprecedented time, you're probably getting a little nervous. Should I be in the doctor's office right now? Should be at home, Should I be wearing the mask? Yeah. Is everybody wearing the mask in here? And it could be making you a little nervous, and that's probably why your blood pressure went up. I would not think it is related to any of the supplements you're taking. However, you can do a controlled study at home, get your blood pressure cuff, check it 3-4 times during the day while you're on the supplements. If it's still elevated, then stop the supplements, check it 3-4 times. And if it goes down, then maybe there's an A-B comparison. Then you got to let me know, okay?
Okay. Well, see, this wasn't, I switched to another doctor, a new doctor, so maybe what he was using, his equipment or something like this here, it might have been something like that. Because like I said, I feel good, and the guy automatically wants to throw me on blood pressure medicine. I said, no, I ain't taking this stuff.
Good.
I said, no, I never had this problem. So I'm probably going to search for another doctor. Because, like I said, I'm still feel good. I don't feel like I want to, pass out or anything, no kind of problems, anything. And, no, I'm not one of them ones that worried about the corona or anything. I don't wear a mask, and I figure, well, if I get it, I'll take and beat the thing. Because, to be honest with you, I haven't caught the flu since I've been 11 years old.
Fantastic. It's because you got a powerful immune system. Ron, but you got to check that blood pressure because blood pressure is the silent killer. So remember, check it yourself. If it's still elevated, then you're going to have to do something to bring it down, okay? But I bet you just had white coat hypertension, and too many doctors treat it too quickly. And then what happens is when you go home, your blood pressure is normal, and now you're on a blood pressure medication. It bottoms out, and you pass out and hit your head and die.
Yeah. Okay. But like my it seemed like the eye stuff, because when I called you, I told you I was getting these little black things once in a while through my eye and everything, and I
Right.
was thinking that stuff is like right now I didn't have any of the black stuff or anything moving around my eyeballs. I said, well, maybe this stuff is working for me, but it just had me worried there. I said, well, I'll call him and talk to him, but I'm going to get back on. If you said it's good, it's good. I'm going to just take it. So it seemed like it was helping out.
But you check your blood pressure, okay? Get a blood pressure cuff.
I sure will.
All
I
right.
sure will.
Keep
All
me
right.
keep me posted, Ron.
All right. You take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, you're listening to Ask the Doctor. We got a lot of great calls. A lot of people have been listening for years. And high blood pressure is the silent killer, just like glaucoma is the sneak thief of your sight. Remember, some people can have high blood pressure and have no symptoms at all. By the same token, you can have advanced glaucoma and have no symptoms at all because they're so it's the sneak thief of your sight or the sneak thief of your life. So you got to be careful. That's why it's a good idea to see a local optometrist or your ophthalmologist annually, if not for only one reason, to check to make sure you do not have glaucoma. All right, we're going back to the phones. Let's see. I think Frank in Clearwater's been waiting patiently. Frank, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Doc. How are you? That's awesome Saturday morning.
It is. It's going to be a beautiful day.
Yes, it is. I'm calling on behalf of my sister who was diagnosed with breast cancer about January.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't want to get into chemo or radiation, so she went the natural way and is on the dosing agenda, and she's juicing.
Mm-hmm.
And the juicing, she bought an expensive juicer, and she buys ungodly amounts of vegetables. It takes hours to prepare it.
Right.
And she's still not feeling well. She's been checked every couple of weeks by her doctor and her naturalist.
Right.
So she said that if there was a different way of juicing, I may be better. Her friend gave her a container of, it's called Organic Juice Cleanse, Organic Juicing Made Simple.
Mm-hmm.
She's afraid that it won't have the boosting enzymes that she needs to keep the cancer at bay, if it is. We don't even really know if it is yet.
Right.
So my question is there a correlation between the natural way of juicing and some of the newer products that are out? And I think this, I'm looking at it, it's Purity Products. And she gave her a jug of it. She didn't start using it. I said, wait till Saturday. I'll call Dr. Lange because he's a book of knowledge.
Okay, that's a great question. Number one, if you really wanted to get all the phytonutrients, you want to make sure that label does not have any added fiber to it, okay? Because a lot of companies are going to add acacia, they're going to add flax bran, they're going to add oat bran, and what happens is the fiber can actually block the absorption of the antioxidants and the phytonutrients. So the fiber makes you feel full, and it makes you look like you're getting more bang for the buck because it's a bigger scoop, it's a bigger container. And you have to make sure it's all certified organic. So we make one called Fortify Organic Blue Green Superfood. And it's all certified organic. It's gluten-free and it's FODMAP-free. That means it doesn't aggravate anybody with IBS. And it's a combination of organic spirulina, wheatgrass juice, barley grass juice, spinach, kale, cinnamon, parsley, peppermint leaf. I think I said blueberries, strawberries, and cranberries. And I researched this for a long time, and I picked those out, okay? And that's certainly a good idea. I think anybody that is wanting to practice anti-aging and help promote their immune system, I love 1 scoop a day of this in water. I'd have to look at that other product to see exactly what's in it. But remember, if there's fiber in it, I would not recommend using it. Now, she could use a scoop of this blue-green superfood or the one that she's taking. I mean, that's a good company you mentioned, all right? As long as there's no fiber in it, all right? But I don't think that would replace the organic fruits and vegetables. I think she could cut back on that, but there's nothing like juicing, fresh organic produce. It's got to be organic, okay? Now remember, you never juice carrots with spinach and kale. So this is something people they're not going to understand. I was the actual investigator in a study called the BLAZE study, beta-carotene, lutein, alpha-carotene, zeaxanthin absorption study, and it proved that beta-carotene blocks the absorption of xanthophylls called lutein and zeaxanthin and maybe even astaxanthin. So we don't want to do that. So if she's doing a lot of juicing, a lot of people are doing carrots and then they're adding spinach and kale to it and a lot of other things. So if she's going to do greens, do only the greens. She could do cucumbers. She could throw an apple in there and spinach and kale and parsley. Or if she does carrots, just do carrots by themselves. And don't, put 4 hours in between because the carrots will block the good stuff from the greens, okay? And then you have to be careful. I wouldn't do fruits, and I wouldn't do a lot of carrots because it's very high in sugar. Remember, sugar feeds cancer, okay?
Right.
So I wouldn't be
Okay.
juicing fruits. I would only be juicing lots of greens, probably. And,
Okay.
and certainly she needs to follow her doctor's advice, okay? But I think what she's
Okay.
doing, you might want to consider adding something like a whey protein, all right? We have Fortify Super Protein, which is grass-fed New Zealand, grass-fed all year round. There's some evidence, and you can, Google whey protein, grass-fed whey protein in cancer, all right? It's very high in immunoglobulins, something called CLA, and lactoferrin, and all of those promote your immune system. We got to have a healthy, powerful immune system during a cancer phase, right? And so Google that and just see some of the evidence out there how whey protein is, because we want to make sure she has enough protein in her diet. And whey protein from grass-fed cows is the most potent, most powerful protein known to man. So she's got to have enough protein, all right? And that you could add maybe a banana and half a banana and a few pineapples to it to make it taste better. And then she could get her fruit then. And the fruit, that should be around lunchtime. You shouldn't have fruit at supper time, and you shouldn't have fruit at breakfast time because then it aggravates your blood sugar levels, okay?
Okay.
And this is tough, Frank. This is a tough time for her. She's got to think positive. She's got to have a lot of power of prayer. She's got to follow her doctor's advice, But it's her freedom. Yep. It's her freedom. It's still home of the free. And if she wants to take a natural approach, more power to her.
She is, and we're both heavily into Christianity as members of our church. But the one thing that bothers me about the whole idea, when she does her juicing, sometimes she gets so fatigued she has to stop and finishes it the next day. So I said, well, then that's telling me that the enzymes are already gone if that's the key to this. What's your opinion?
Yeah, and then the other thing is she's only juicing vegetables, and she doesn't have any carbohydrates in her system. She might be lacking a lot of energy because a lot of people's example of the keto diet and things like that. A zero carb diet, then they don't have the energy because they have no carbohydrates in their system. So she does need some carbohydrates, but it's got to be a clean carbohydrate source. That's why a little bit of fruit, organic blueberries, organic bananas, all organic. If she's got to have something like a carbohydrate like pasta or bread, I'd stay away from that. I would go with one of these pseudo grains like buckwheat, amaranth, or quinoa. And those three, you got to wash them until there's no hazy, cloudy stuff left. So wash the heck out of them, soak them overnight, all right? And then in a perfect world, you want to just spread them out and cover them and sprout them. In 24 hours, you have little sprouts coming off of them. That decreases the anti-nutrients that are in these, the phytic acid, the lectins, the protease inhibitors, things like that, and it makes them very good for you. So then that's a good source of carbohydrate that's healthy and it's gluten-free.
Okay. I'll read this label if it's not. And when I call your number, are they versed enough to tell me that yours with no fiber is the better way to go?
Well, if you talk to Doc Hall at Fortify Vitamins, he's a wealth of knowledge. He would understand all this. So you can shoot an email to me at my personal email. I'll give you my personal email. It's idude92@icloud.com. So I'm going to spell it. EYEDUDE 92 at the letter I and then cloud.com.
Okay. Doc, you are the best. I enjoy your show every week, and I thank you, and I always pray on you because you are a leader in both positivity and in the healthcare business. Thank you so much, Frank, for taking my call.
I appreciate that, Frank. You take care.
You too, sir.
All right. Great patients out there. You're listening to Ask the Doctor. I'm your host. Remember, this is for educational purposes only. Never replaces your doctor's advice. All right, phone lines are open, 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. 969-8600. Let's go to Carol in Gainesville, Florida. She's been waiting patiently. Carol, good morning.
Good morning. I certainly agree with what your last caller said about you. And I wanted to ask you about an eye drop for dry eyes. Mm-hmm. But first, I wanted to mention yesterday I heard Dr. Fauci say about the covering your eyes. And I thought to myself, Dr. Lange said that back in February. So you're really, really up on it. And I also, on the dry eyes, I saw a commercial. It's prescription Exandra, and I had cataracts. And when I had them removed, the doctor said I have the worst case of dry eyes he had ever seen.
Right.
So this Exandra is twice a day. What do you think of that? Because that's the first I heard about it this past week.
Right. So Xiidra's been out for a few years now, and I have put a lot of patients on it, and it does work quite well for some people. You got to use it twice a day. It doesn't start to kick in for about 10 days to 2 weeks. So it does. Some patients will make it taste a little funny, and it can burn a little bit. So I usually recommend keeping it in the refrigerator because then it's cool when it hits your eye. And then you got it in your eye because you feel something cool get in your eye and it didn't just go down your cheek, okay? And then there's multiple drops in there. So when you twist the cap off, put a drop in both eyes, then recap it and put it back in the refrigerator, right? And then you can use that later on that day because a lot of times they're going to want you to open one vial, put it in one eye, open another vial for the other eye. So you just use 2 vials when those 2 vials are going to last a lot longer because there's quite a few drops in there. So you'll save some money, but you got to keep it in the refrigerator once you open it, okay? So I would try it, give it a couple of weeks to a month, see if you get relief. Go back to your doctor and see if your dry eye symptoms have improved. But do the things that I preach on this program. Remember, clean the lids, heat the lids. Think about taking the Fortify Advanced Dry Eye Therapy Nutritional Pack. Use some good lubricants like Fresh Coat or Oasis Tears Plus. Then you can always talk to your optometrist or ophthalmologist about possibly putting punctal plugs in. These are little plugs that block the drainage ducts. Really helps dry eye considerably. We also do at the Lange Eye Institute, we do amniotic membranes. These are stem cell enhanced amniotic membranes that we put on your eye. We leave it in for 4 to 5 days like a contact lens. It really helps dry eyes significantly. And then there's another procedure you can talk to your doctor about that we also offer at the Lange Eye Institute. Let's say you've exhausted everything. You've done the nutrients, you've followed the protocol, you've taken all the medication, you've done everything, had the plugs put in, and you still have dry eyes. Then you would consider doing something called iLux. iLux is a machine that the doctor or the technician actually helps to heat up your glands. It squeezes the meibomian glands, heats them up, and expresses them. So it opens up the glands so you secrete a healthier tear film. It's not covered by insurance, though. That's why we always try to do everything that's covered by insurance first. But if you still aren't getting relief, this can help. And we charge $5.99 to do it. And that's about the going rate. Some people are charging a little more. Most aren't charging less. So it's kind of a 4-pronged approach to helping dry eye. And usually I can help my patients naturally with dry eye so we don't ever have to even do the iLux procedure.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, great. I did get your immune booster, so.
Oh, perfect.
But I haven't really started taking it yet. I'm going to start today.
So that super immune wellness bundle that you got, it has all the stuff in it for your dry eye already. Okay, it has the Fortify Focus. It has the omega-3 Max. So you start taking that. That's very important. That gives you all the nutrients necessary to build a powerful immune system and to help lower inflammation in your body and oxidative stress. Remember, aging is inflammation and oxidation. That's 2 forms of aging. And so through, proper lifestyle, proper dietary adjustments, the right supplements, we can certainly help reduce oxidative stress and inflammation in the body. So I would get on it. If you bought it, you need to use it.
Okay, I sure will.
And keep me posted.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye,
Bye.
Carol. And she brought up a valid point. I think if you're going to a place where there's a lot of people in an enclosed environment, even your doctor's office, all right? It's probably not a bad idea to wear protective eyewear. Your glasses or your sunglasses, their shields. That does help protect from any airborne pathogens, all right? And we're concerned about people sneezing and coughing, spitting, even talking right into your face. So all of you that don't believe in the masks, I urge you, wear a mask if you're going to be in close contact with somebody, because these droplets, it has definitively been proven that a mask will decrease the spray, all right? It's common sense. And they've done tests with Petri dishes where people have just talked in front of a Petri dish, down in front of them, coughed and sneezed. And obviously the sneeze puts the most, cough second most, but just talking releases these droplets and they can grow all sorts of things, pathogens on those Petri dishes. So that's why it's a good idea to wear the mask if you're in close contact with people. If you're wearing the mask, the doctor's wearing the mask, that's going to protect you, but also protective eyewear. These droplets get in your eye, same thing. It's connected to your throat, connected to your lungs, gets into your blood, gets into your lungs. So protective eyewear along with the mask. All right, we're getting ready to go back to the phones. Let me give you the phone number. A little water, my throat's getting dry. Maybe we're going to get a call from Nashville. Any Nashville listener, give us a call and let me know if we're coming in loud and clear. The phone number is 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. Remember, if you want to order any of the products we talked about today, the Fortify Fit, that's the ultimate muscle fuel, the advanced dry eye therapy, any of the proteins, the Super Immune Wellness Bundle, just go to fortify.com. That's FORTIFEYE, fortify.com, or call toll free Monday through Friday, 866-503-9746. One more time, I'm going to give it to you for those of you that don't have internet access and just listening to me on a radio station somewhere. That's 866-503-9746. All right, we're going back to the phones. I think Steve in Newberry has been waiting for about 6 minutes.
Yeah, I'm looking for a good protein drink and like that vanilla taste maybe. Can you recommend something?
Absolutely. So I developed one I'm holding up right now in front of everybody on social media. It's called Fortify Super Protein. It's New Zealand grass-fed protein, and we have it in vanilla, and it's a new vanilla flavor I came out with about 3 months ago, and it's much better than our old vanilla flavor. And then it instatizes instantly, but no soy lecithin. I don't like soy. So we use non-GMO sunflower lecithin, so you don't have to blend it. You take a scoop, put it in a shaker, put some good spring water or well water, shake it up, drink it down, you're good to go. Or you can make a smoothie with it. But whey protein is the way to go. It's much better than pea protein or any vegetable protein, much more bioavailable, much better than casein protein. But it's got to be, when you look for a whey protein, make sure it says grass-fed, non-denatured. Because non-denatured means that it hasn't been heated and acid washed. Most proteins you buy over the counter have been heated over 200 degrees for more than 30 minutes, and then acid has been used on top of it. And so our protein is all grass-fed all year round, so it has more anti-inflammatory properties, more omega-3s in it. We heat it to only 72 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds. That's enough to kill any pathogens without denaturing the protein molecule. And we use ultrafiltration, no acid at all. So it's the ultimate protein. That's why I call it super protein. So that's the one I would recommend to you.
Okay, and where would I get this?
You can get it if you're in Gainesville, Florida. You can either come down to the Lange Nutrition Center in Ocala, or just go to the website, fortify.com, and you can order it right on the website. And I'm going to give you a special deal right now, everybody listening for today, and it'll be good for a couple of weeks. A promo code SHOW25. So when you check out, you go to fortify.com, go to Super Protein, go to the vanilla, order as many as you want. There's a case discount. If you look, you can buy a case and it's really dramatically discounted. The Show 25 won't work on top of the case because then it'd be like free. But if you buy 1 or 2, 3, you can use Show 25 and you're going to get 25% off. Just put it in the promo code section at checkout and it automatically calculates the 25% off.
Okay, well, thank you, Doctor.
All right, Steve, you take care. Have a great day.
All right.
All right, bye-bye. And once again, Fortify is Fortifeye, kind of a play on words since I'm an eye doctor, Fortify. All right, phone lines are open, 1-877-969-8600. Still waiting for the first Nashville, Tennessee call, 1-877-969-8600. We're going back to the phones. I think it's JB in Gainesville, Florida, or it could be Gainesville, Georgia. I don't know. JB, good morning.
No, it's the swamp. We're just right north of you.
There you go.
Anyway, I got a question, but I want to make a comment on the previous lady with the face shield. Is if you go to the CDC, they recommend if you have a non-medical mask, that you do wear a face shield to prevent eye, nose, and mouth absorption to the mucous membrane of the tiny virus.
JB, we're out of time, buddy. I'm going to have to take your call next week, okay?
Roger that. You have a safe weekend.
All right. Thanks for the call.
Thanks.
All right. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening to Ask the Doctor. Remember, if you're not happy with the eye care that you're getting, get a second opinion. Go out, enjoy the beautiful day, kickstart your immune system. I'm out of here. I'm Dr. Michael Lange. Be back next Saturday for another hour of Ask the Doctor. Have a good day, and God bless you.